Hi, I'm Poonam Vaidya. I live in Bangalore, Karnataka. I'm 22 years old and I'll be joining Christ College MA English soon. It started around last year, July 2010. I started having sudden blackouts, not blackouts as in I didn't faint, but I had sudden losses of vision. Like suddenly my vision would be blank for a second, and then it would come back. So actually worried what's going on. And when I told my friends, they all made a term for it called temporary loss of vision. So while I was talking to them, suddenly in the middle I'd be like, temporary loss of vision. Yeah. So but I didn't know it's so serious, and from birth I have this problem called cone dystrophy, where in the sun or in bright light I have problem seeing. So I just thought that was getting worse, or maybe this, I didn't think there's another problem, but apparently there was another problem. I think somewhere in August, I went to Narayan Nethralaya. It's a very famous hospital in Bangalore. They said I have a neurological problem in my brain called intracranial hypertension that causes this thing called disc edema. And the problem is, lots of people who have this problem don't realize till it's too late. So the doctor told me immediately, go tomorrow have an operation. This operation is called optic nerve decompression surgery. Go and have it tomorrow. So I don't know, I'm very weird, so I was a little excited about the operation. So the next day, I came home at 7, and the next day 7 o'clock I was at the hospital, and they did the surgery, and by afternoon I was fine, and they covered my eyes with this plaster or whatever. So and when later on they asked me, can you see better? It was like I couldn't, but I didn't say I can't see. I can see worse. I didn't say that I can see worse, because I thought, I don't know, it's a little weird if you after an operation you're like, I can see worse. So I didn't want to admit maybe it hasn't worked. But one thing which is quite scary is I was reading a book before the operation, and after the operation 5 days later I could not read the book. So yeah. There could be 3 possibilities. One, because of my cone dystrophy, the operation didn't work because both the problems interfered with each other. The second thing could be perhaps it was too late, as most people have that problem. They come when it's too late. I didn't really think I've lost that much, honestly. Maybe a little bit independence, yeah, definitely is lost. But once you learn mobility, that's covered as well. Maybe I can't read a book, but I can read an e-book. So I didn't see a reason to feel depressed. Lots of people have asked me, I told you, go for counseling, do this, do that. Why aren't you more depressed? Someone asked me. I don't know. I don't see the reason to be depressed. I was quite interested to learn about mobility because I don't know, it's just something. One thing is just something to do. When you're stuck at home, you can't feel things like the sun on your face, or you can't feel the wind in your hair, and the feeling of walking alone after a long time is really liberating. Every day actually becomes an adventure, especially when you're doing the mobility training. You're walking and you're like, oh my god, a horn or a bus or whatever, but it's very exciting. It's like living on the edge, yeah, literally, because you actually are walking on the pavement, so you're living on the edge. Okay, I'm around 22. I just made myself a year older because of this experience. I was walking and I can see a little bit. So I saw this girl. She was not more than 18 or 19, and she came up to me. I was alone, I was practicing alone, and she came up to me and she's like, auntie, can I help you? And I was like, oh, you're calling auntie? I'm just 3 years older than you, and suddenly I become an auntie. And so yeah, I was so shocked. I didn't know what to say, but I just smiled. And I was like, no, thank you. Go ahead. Yeah, there was one really annoying man. I don't know if he was being nice or, he was just didn't have anything to do. So I was practicing mobility training on the Enable India road, on the main road. And he approached my trainer and he was like, what are you doing? So she was like, okay, she tried to explain to him, because we always try to, build an awareness. So she was like, okay, she's practicing, her mobility with the cane, and, and he's like, on the main road, and she's like, yeah. And you know what, there's this girl called Tanya who's told me about her story, and she told me the same situation kind of happened to her. It was almost like, wow, this is the exact same thing that's happening to me, because people would stop her on the road and say, what are you doing, why are you practicing? They'd question her brother and her father. So I thought, like, if I'm in the same situation, I'll do this. So when it actually happened, I told him, like, listen, I'm practicing mobility, I am fine with it. I wouldn't walk on the main road if I wasn't this thing. Maybe I was a little rude. So, he got, I think, a little offended, and he was like, thank you very much, and then he walked away. It was an interesting situation. I'll write for a newspaper. My objective is to write feature articles for newspaper. Well, I think I still can be a, partly successful journalist, and I also hope to, like, spread the message of, my experiences. I want to tell, like, all the other visually impaired people also, so they can either get motivation, or just they need to find out things like, how to convert a book to text on the computer and stuff like that. Like, since I had a hard time, and I know how it feels like to have a hard time, figuring out things, I would like other people who are in the same position to, find it easier. I kind of dream to be a writer, successful writer. So I first plan to start with, feature writing, and then when people know who Poonam Vaidya is, they can, like, they'll actually go and buy my books, yeah. So, like, you need a little bit, you need to be in the public eye for a while, and then, maybe I'll write a few books and get it published. And for more stories like mine, go to www.inclusiveplanet.com/stories. Thank you.